Graham, Williams, Senator Graham, Lindsey Graham, of course, Senator Joe Lieberman, Senator John McCain, and others, and they're on record. We played the clips ad nauseum. It's been all over the news. He demanded that the provision for him to arrest, kill, torture, disappear, black bag, no one ever knows where Johnny goes. Nobody knows where your wife goes. Nobody knows where you go. He demanded and said, I'll veto if it's not in there. And then when Obama came out and said, I'm going to veto this is terrible, take it out, the senators came out and said, you are the one that demanded this. Here is the White House legal letterhead where your lawyer said you wanted this. And Obama said, well, I did, but let's not discuss it. I'm still going to veto it. That way that killed opposition because people are like, well, he's going to veto it. We shouldn't have fight it. That kills debate. It passes. He signs it as I told you he would do. Now, listen to me carefully. And again, this is teleprompter free. I'm drawing all this data up right out of my memory. You can go look up everything I'm saying here. That's why sometimes there's fits and starts here because this is real analysis here. This isn't a big scripted deal. This is research. Carl Levin came out. They all came out and said, we were ordered by the White House to do this. And everybody's like, Alex, stop saying Obama's going to sign it. He promises to not sign it. And people were shocked when he signed it. I know their tricks. It's military. It's military to say, cease fire, and then launch your offensive during the ceasefire. Everything they do is pure deception, pure evil. If you're going to kill 10 people, why not kill 1 million? If you're going to rob one bank, why not rob 50? If you're going to torture kids in Abu Ghraib in front of their parents with battery acid, raping them, why not do it to Americans? You're dealing with abject criminals whose back is against the wall, who have engaged their new world order, and by sheer momentum think they're going to carry it out, imploding countries by design, announcing private world government, announcing censorship, announcing federalization of all police. The state police are so bold, they're calling up trying to get my show shut down on 590 AM in Austin because I dared send reporters out and cover a fleet of gunboats they're buying against the people. They're calling the hosts. They're calling the producers. They're calling up trying to intimidate people. Why would they do that? Because they've been given a green light. This ain't America anymore. They've been told, you're little Pol Pots, you're little Kim Jong-ils, you're little Hitlers now. Now get out there and crack heads. Get out there and taser. Get out there and boss. Get out there and brutalize. Get out there and scare them. Get out there and let them know we own this country now. We work for foreign banks. Hoorah! Down with America. Yeah, well, America says down with your new world order. And it's time for police and military and all the rest of you to really start speaking out. If you stand for this country, when the evil's out in the open, when the president takes orders from the UN and sits on the Security Council illegally, violating Article 1, Section 9, which is high treason, when they're killing people out in the open the day they're supposed to release stuff, and then tell us like children, nothing to worry about within an hour and 50-something minutes of him being dead. That's the telltale proof right there they killed him. And then, of course, it came out. He was going to release it as a surprise yesterday. Of course it came out. It shows Obama with top communist killers and known bombers. Of course it does. Who do you think the New World Order's got working for him? Obama's so blackmailed, he'll do whatever he's told. That's why Rahm Emanuel, the Chicago mob boss now, the man in Chicago, in meetings, literally cracks his knuckles and tells Obama to shut up in front of congressional delegations, shocking everyone. Because Obama's nothing but a dirty little commie New World Order stooge with a bunch of New World Order CIA parents. Because they don't work for America. They work for the foreign banks that want communism to get rid of our private property, to hand it over to George Soros and the rest of them. And I told you that the Murdochs would flee England. They're selling their houses. They're pulling out. They've got their whole family out of England. Told you weeks ago that was going to happen. They fled yesterday. I told you they may indict them here. This is a purge. This is a Stalinistic purge that they are beta testing right now in America, and they could kill anybody. They could kill Glenn Beck. They could kill me. They could kill Rush Limbaugh. They could kill Matt Drudge. They could kill Michael Savage. Michael Savage has been in hiding for months, saying he's being followed and threatened and hitmen are after him. It's true. Some of the people in his network think he's nuts. He's not nuts. This is real, ladies and gentlemen. And you're like, but are you saying Rush Limbaugh's good? No. It's a power structure takeover. The New World Order doesn't want to share with the Republican wing of the theft machine. It's not hardcore enough. This is an internal battle. And there are people who genuinely don't like the New World Order. Matt Drudge has gone off the reservation, folks. He's talking about the TSA, the New World Order, breaking Bilderberg videos, linking to our video, front page of the head of Google at it. They understand America's being destroyed. And so I'm telling you, those of us, everybody has to circle the wagons against this because I have seen this. I told you they were looking at a purge. And days before he's killed, he says, I got stuff will bring down Obama. And now we learn he was going to release it yesterday. Let's play from the grave this video clip from CPAC. And he said the same thing in a bunch of other meetings a few weeks ago. Here's Breitbart, Andrew Breitbart, saying, I've got the goods on Obama, and now we've got more. We're going to cover it in a moment. Here it is.
And so what do we get now in Barack Obama? Well, I've got videos, by the way. This election, we're going to vet him. I've got videos. This election, we're going to vet him from his college days to show you why racial division and class warfare are central to what Hope and Change was sold in 2008. The videos are going to come out. The narrative is going to come out that Barack Obama met a bunch of silver ponytails back in the 1980s, like Bill and Bernadine Dorn, who, equally radical, said one day we're going to have the presidency, and the rest of us slept while they plotted and they plotted and they plotted, and they oversaw hundreds of millions of dollars in the Annenberg Challenge, and they had real money.
Okay.
Real capitalists.
Okay. Now we are learning the details, and it's up at Infowars.com. Breitbart's footage shows Obama palling around with terrorists. Obama's Weather Underground friends wanted communist dictatorship set up in America. He planned to release it yesterday. Release it now. I want to know why his associates are at Fox Nation and the rest of it. Breitbart buddy, we'll release Obama college tapes very soon, within a week or two. Within a few weeks. And who does it show him with? A bunch of known convicted terrorists, people that bombed police stations, people that I mean, we're talking about real terrorists. I mean, here's Breitbart saying, I'm going to swift boat you. I'm coming after you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to release it March 1st. And we've got the quotes. Our article, by the way, is the 6th hottest Alexa search on the web. 5 or 6 times we've had the #1 story on the web. And let's drive it to #1. Breitbart's footage shows Obama palling around with terrorists. That's our newest article. But the one that's the 6th biggest story on the web right now, top linked at drudgereport.com. Breitbart, wait till they see what happens March 1st. You can go there and see where he said that. He's going to release it March 1st. He's dead. He was the boss of the place, and now it's not being released for a week or two, or it'll be out in the next few weeks. Those are the 2 quotes. Why? There's a bunch of national media's calling up, talking you into waiting, or we'll have a big special. That's stalling. Or threats are going on. I don't know. Release it now. Don't really. A couple of weeks means they're in talks to edit it or talks to change it. You watch. And I think they're sophisticated enough to know other media wants to get it, pay for it, and then change it. It all needs to be released. If you're sitting on stuff about Obama, it needs to be released now. This is the reality. Breitbart, Wait till they see what happens March 1st. Now, here's the biggest news, and I'm going to get one of my writers to do a story on this. Did Obama use NDAA to kill Breitbart? When the president demands the power to kill people, including in America secretly, just because someone wants that power is the evidence. It's like trying to hire a hitman. Well, that right there is a crime. It's a crime to try to say I can secretly arrest people. He wants that piece of paper to go to special forces, to go to corporate hitmen, because this is all bureaucratic, and he didn't want to be blackmailed and say, okay, you've got authorization to kill people. Now go kill Breitbart. His handlers do. See, they all want it legal. Well, you can't legalize torture or killing like that. But the point is, Obama has to be the prime suspect in any political death because he sought the power to kill U.S. citizens. And I know Breitbart, myself, Drudge, and others are on that enemy list that came out a year and a half ago. I am on the enemy list. This is not a joke. This is not a game. You understand that?
Folks, Iran.
Okay. Again, it's all coming down to a head. There's all these official White House advisors and memos and even internal fundraiser notes saying, don't worry, there'll be a new Oklahoma City. We're going to blame it on our opposition. And who do they talk about in the opposition? Glenn Beck, Alex Jones. And Glenn Beck got so concerned, he came out and said, they're planning, the Democrats, a new Oklahoma City, to blame me. Well, in those memos, I mentioned too, buddy. Again, this is way past being a talk show host, way past, being a big shot. That's not why I'm doing this. This is life and death now. And this is about not backing off. And they're going to gut our country if they win. Now, the footage that was going to be released was communist training meetings with Obama and top communists, all funded by big banks who want to get rid of freedom, about sending Americans to re-education camps and killing the rest. And I've been told by communists, we're going to kill you and we're going to send you to re-education camps. And I've been told by others I'll be sent to a re-education camp, and if I don't re-educate, I'm dead. The communists killed a lot more than Hitler, folks. These are dangerous people. Now, here's Larry Grathwold, FBI agent. This is in the video at Infowars.com right now, talking about the people, William Ayers and others, what they would discuss. And this is what they're setting up the FEMA camps for, everything. The schools are already re-education camps of a type. Here is part of that video. Get this out to everybody. Here it is. Again,
I brought up the subject of what's going to happen after we take over the government. We become responsible then for administrating, 250 million people. And there was no answers. No one had given any thought to economics. How are you going to clothe and feed these people? The only thing that I could get was that they expected that the Cubans and the North Vietnamese and the Chinese and the Russians would all want to occupy different portions of the United States. They also believed that their immediate responsibility would be to protect against what they called the counter-revolution. And they felt that this counter-revolution could best be guarded against by creating and establishing re-education centers in the Southwest, where we would take all the people who needed to be re-educated into the new way of thinking and teach them how things were going to be. I ask, well, what is going to happen to those people that we can't re-educate, that are die-hard capitalists? And the reply was that they'd have to be eliminated. And when I pursued this further, they estimated that they would have to eliminate 25 million people in these re-education centers. And when I say eliminate, I mean kill. 25 million people. I want you to imagine sitting in a room with 25 people, most of which...
Yeah, go back. Let's play the rest. Back it up.
...degrees from Columbia and other well-known educational centers, and hear them figuring out the logistics for the elimination of 25 million people. And they were dead serious.
All right. Well, that's from 1982 documentary at Infowars.com. We have the full interview there. And again, he was an FBI informant. FBI agents also recorded this. But this is where Obama was. He was in these meetings. And that's what Breitbart was going to release. And they're going to stage terror attacks, and they're going to blame it on us, and they're going to arrest us. And the